Chinese leaders have been talking about the country's renaissance. But what does that mean for an ordinary family? For Xuan and her parents, the answer is clear: wealth, health, and well-being. Her family is part of China's emerging middle class, which barely existed just a decade ago. Her mother says that in broader sense, they are all beneficiaries of China's reform and opening up, which started in 1978.
We were all from small towns and could never move to big cities like Beijing without that historic change. But at the same time, we are not really leading a relaxed way of life. We have to plan and calculate very carefully on every item of spending to hold our position in this competitive city.
Faced with skyrocketing housing prices, the family has moved to Beijing's suburbs for a bigger apartment that still used up almost all their savings just for the down payment. They now pay half their monthly salary for the mortgage and have to commute 100 kilometers daily to and from work. Their child is about to start school, and their parents are getting old. The growing financial pressures are a huge burden for the family's breadwinner. Mr. Li now works 12 hours a day and barely rests on weekends.
I work in a private company. To be honest, China's market isn't very friendly to private businesses. There are many boundaries in policies and procedures. If the bigger environment becomes better, it will be easier for us to make a living.
Across the country, there are hundreds of millions of families like this. Each has their own struggles and dreams. But for many Chinese, the China dream is not just about success of individuals. Like Mr. Li, they believe that each person's fate is closely connected with the changes of nations.
The government is pushing ahead with those changes. Since the new leadership took office, Xi Jinping has promised for comprehensive reforms. The government says the problem Li's family faces are part of a structural problem that calls for structural changes. The China dream, as Xi Jinping puts it, is rejuvenation of the Chinese nation, which would ultimately reshape the life of each individual.
My dream is that my daughter can grow up in a better environment.
I hope to spend more time with my parents.
My China dream, I don't have any more demands. I grew up in a small village and experienced hard times. I'm grateful for everything we have today.
My dream is to raise the happiness of our whole family. That's my contribution to building a better China.